Hey, what's good, guys? Today we're going to be playing Louder Than Words. It's a coming-of-age story. So, if I don't leave inspired, this game's a 0 out of 10 and you should not play it. No, I'm kidding. But also, this game is, in fact, a dating sim. And I fucking love my dating sims. So, yeah, let's get into it. A certain ordinal student. Part of me may have just fainted hearing what I just heard. There could be no logical explanation as to why I'm hearing this at this time and at this location. A loud constant humming echoing in the void like a coffee machine amplified through a speaker. However, it is only when I start to feel my head vibrating that I open my eyes only to realize the gravity of my situation. In front of me is what appears to be a screen, and next to me is a rounded window letting me see the pitch blackness of the seemingly non-existent outside world. For whatever reason, I'm currently sitting in a plane cruising at God knows what altitude in the middle of the day. More important than that, I have no recollection of where I'm heading or how I got here, so I'm hoping that it's not too far away from Kamakura, or this evening may well be my last. However, looking at my right reveals another story. A woman sporting long white hair, as well as wearing a black set of clothes, is staring directly at me. The ends draw near for me, Luis. If you don't make a move in this time, I'm afraid I won't see the light of day. What? Luis, it's time for you to truly experience life. You need to fill the emptiness in your heart, or my whole existence will be in jeopardy. None of what she says makes any sense whatsoever, but I first need to find out why I'm here. What is this? Who are you? Yeah, who are you, lady? None of that matters, Luis. Our time is up. Wait, I still don't... Suddenly, my mouth closes shut. My hands refuse to move, as if tied down to my seat. I feel as though my whole body is paralyzed, except for my vital organs. An enormous pressure is emanating from her, but her expression hasn't changed. She reaches out her hand to my chest, clawing it, and making it look like she wants to grab something. Weirdly enough, she moves her fingers around where my heart would be, as if unlocking a safe. It's a shame I can't open my mouth, or I would have asked her what the hell this was supposed to be. My body throws out a silent scream as inexplicably plunges her hand deep into my chest, like a child grabbing a rock in a river. Despite all this, I feel no pain. There's no blood gushing from my chest as far as I can see. I can't tilt my head down, but I don't feel anything from that area. Am I dreaming? What is this? I was just eating lunch, and when I went to... Oh. Luis. 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 The teacher. The next time I see you sleeping during my lesson, you'll be sent to the principal's office to explain your behavior, Luis. It's funny how she always says that despite never acted upon it. Oh god, it's a dude. I was giving her a girl voice. Next to me is none other than Arima, smirking as he always does whenever I get scolded. You know the chalkboard. You know the chalkboard's in front of the classroom, right? Oh, shut up. You know I couldn't care less as to where it's located. Come on, dude. That's not the attitude to have when your grades are this low. You know? I find that kind of strange coming from you. Why? Well, I don't exactly remember yours being any higher. Maybe you're right, but at least I'm trying. Who said I wasn't? Luis, not only are you sleeping in my class, but you make a ruckus the moment you wake up. The bell finally rung, setting us free from the teacher's painfully long monologue. On my way out, I noticed Natsumi, seemingly waiting for someone just outside the gate. Looking for someone? Not you, buddy. Yeah, you. I have something I want to tell you. Oh shit, she's looking for me. That's new. She seems sort of hesitant. Usually if she has something to say, she'll blurt it out outright. And what could that be? There's an old acquaintance of mine transferring into our class this week, and I think she's perfect for our club. Huh? That's all you wanted to say? I'm in a club? What club? I'm surprised she still cares about our club weeks before the end of school. Yeah, pretty much. Tomorrow, instead of going to the club room after school, after class, do you mind going to our usual place so I could introduce her to you? Yeah, sure, why not? I'll be there. I just have to ask, however, why do we need new members exactly? We're weeks away from summer vacation, so why bother? That may be true, but we still got a movie to produce for the school festival, remember? Oh, that. I must admit, I completely forgot about that. We haven't done anything yet, and if our past record is anything to go by, it won't be anything spectacular. We're desperately lacking in musical talent. As it turns out, she's a class musician. I thought we could bring her along and have her compose for us. You know, playing an instrument is not the same as composing, right? Yeah, sure. The fact remains that whatever she could do for us is miles better than whatever we could come up with. As I head home, my mind starts to wander, thinking of what this new girl could look like. She's clearly an odd one transferring at this time of year. Natsumi said she's one of her friends, but I don't quite recall anyone who would fit the bill. Then again, Natsumi's the type of girl who mainly hangs out with boys. Oh my. This leads me to believe that this friend of hers must not be conventional. Hold up, I think I forgot something. My train of thought is cut short as a grim reminder is bestowed upon me. That's right, my mom asked me to get some milk from the convenience store on my way home. I should probably go get it. An unusually empty convenience store stands before me. You would usually find people shopping after work during these hours, but that doesn't seem to be the case today. Oh well, this should be an open and shut case. Oh, who's that? Wait a minute. I think I recognize her. She must be the student council president. Oh my, she's the student council president. Yuriko Toko. Something, I think. I've only had a few interactions with her over the years. I'd be surprised if she even remembers me. I have to say, I thought she was very fine looking the first time I laid eyes on her. Whoa, are you gonna say she doesn't look fine right now? She looks pretty. Unfortunately, I feel as though she's a bit unapproachable. What? Dude, she's cute. A girl I'm unfamiliar with is standing next to her. She's sporting a restrained look with a polo shirt and jeans. That being said, she must not be from these parts. I don't recall ever seeing her. Hold on there. There's an odd smell around here. Wait. Are you smoking? Yeah, I am. Is there a problem with that? Oh, none. I'm just surprised. Didn't think someone of your caliber would be a smoker. Who are you again? I'm Luis from the cinema club. Wait, I know you. Oh, I'm in the cinema club. Shit, you're from the school, right? Wait, does that mean I'm in the drama? I'm a drama kid? Shit. Fuck. My worst nightmare. I remember you now. Look, I know I'm not supposed to do this, but please keep this a secret between you and me. I have no reason to do this for free, especially knowing how useful being on good terms with the president can be. And why should I? I barely know you. You know, you're damaging our school reputation by doing that, especially in public. Please, I'll do anything, whether for you or your club at school. That's enough. Alright, but you owe me one. Thank you, Luis. I would have been done for otherwise. Don't mention it. What are you doing here anyways? Oh, I'm just out to get some milk for home. Mind if I go in with you? As I make my way through the store, she silently follows me, as if looking to make sure I'm honoring the promise I just made. Nevertheless, one thing keeps bugging me about this whole affair. Why? Huh? Why smoke, Yuriko? You always struck me as a try-hard honor student with nothing but A's on her report card. Indeed, why? She's an honor student, and always seemed to be the serious and obedient type. What could possibly have driven her to take this habit? Huh? Why did you start smoking? You don't seem like the type to do that, Yuriko. I guess I was just tired of playing the honor student. I spent so much time building up my image as an honor student, so my peers, and especially my parents, would finally approve of me. I formed bonds with people you were generally not to be seen with as a model student, but those resonated with me the most, and smoking made me a part of that culture and social circle. I guess I kind of understand. It must be a way for her to show who she truly is, even though she has to somewhat hide it. A new day arises. Today is the day Natsumi introduces her friend to me. Strangely, Natsumi specifically asked me to help her in convincing her to join our club, which means I'll have to do some preparation. Hey! Waving at me is none other than Natsumi. As I make my way to their table, I can start to make out the new girl's face until I realize she's the girl who was accompanying Yuriko the other day. She also seems to recognize me from then, with her face displaying a hint of surprise of the side of me.
I'd like to introduce you to my friend, Sayori.
The name's Luis. Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you too. She's just as cute as I remember her to be, especially with those glasses. How was your first week at school? Oh, it was fine. I'm slowly adapting to this academy pace, I guess. Have you thought about joining any clubs? I don't know. I used to be a part of the music club at my old school, but kind of grew tired of it. Well, Natsumi and I are part of a film club, and we would like to invite you in. Thanks, but I don't know much about movies or cinematography. I don't fit if I... Oh, that's not a problem. We have a lot of activities, even for newcomers. We have discussions of our favorite movies, as well as writing reviews in the school newspaper about movies. We also make our own movies and present them at the school festival. Okay, we're not drama kids, guys. We made it. We made it out of the hood. Even if you don't know much about movies and what's going into making them, you're welcome to join and learn about these things. So how about it? I'm tempted by your invitation, but I don't want to have too many things on my schedule as I don't know how much I'll need to study to keep my grades here. Oh, don't worry. During exam periods and important tests, we won't be holding club meetings or activities. You're free to not show up, but please do not skip often.
So, what do you think? Doesn't it sound fun?
Yeah, I guess.
Come on. All you have to do is put your name on a signature on the members list.
Sayori hesitates for a moment, seemingly weighing the benefits of joining a club against having more free time. Alright, count me in. Alright, we got Sayori on board.
That's the way to go.
You won't regret it. You'll see how fun the world of cinema is. Yeah, the world of cinema. I say cinema, but really, it's just fun to screw around with a camera and some friends and present it to the whole school. Oh my, we're vlogging? We're the vlog squad? Oh my. When do I get a fucking hit Natsumi with a fucking crane? Now that's out of the way. Let's get to chatting her up a bit. A new day arises. Summer vacation is slowly looming on the horizon with only a few weeks left before we finally break from this routine, which in terms of our school usually means two things, a field trip and the school festival. We usually get a field trip to some rural place a week before the school festival, which is held during the last week of school. Today's lesson starts and the usual dead atmosphere of the board students settles in as the teacher gets deeper into his textbook. This time, however, everybody is waiting for the dates of the supposed field trip to be announced, either by the teacher or the student council, as it usually occurs around this time. And so, the Battle of Waterloo began on June 18, 1815. During this conflict, Napoleon was famously... You can come in. Hello everyone, I'm sorry to interrupt the lecture that you were listening to intently, but I have an announcement to make. As the student council president, I have the honor of revealing the official date for our upcoming annual field trip. I'm happy to announce that we will be visiting Hakone on Monday the 8th. Following the announcement, the class started to get agitated and excitement could be felt where once stood total boredom. The choice of Hakone is new. As in previous year, we would usually go to cheap youth hostels in rural areas around the country, so it must mean the student council has had a change of heart, as well as a budget this year. They got sponsored by Raycon is what that means, guys. Huh? Never really noticed this until now, especially since I don't usually interact that much with her, but she really looks a lot older than most of the girls in the school. Her outfit is probably the biggest contributor to that impression. Indeed, despite having no strict uniform rules in our school, we're still expected to dress appropriately. This, however, can be interpreted in many different ways, and Yuriko's interpretation is certainly stretching the definition of appropriate. I'm guessing she managed to get away with it due to her outstanding conduct grades as well as her role in the student council. Speaking of which, I haven't spoken to her ever since that day. I wonder how she reacted to this whole ordeal. Perhaps she doesn't even care. Oh, and Luis, could you please come? I need to speak with you. A considerable amount of time elapsed between when she said that, when I realized she was speaking to me. The class fell back to silence even greater than before as she uttered those words, and I had only now noticed everybody staring at me with a mix of surprise and confusion. They're like, bruh, how the hell is this guy talking to this chick? Perhaps they think I screwed up big time, or that I'm dropping out or something. Oh. Well, I don't even know myself, so who's to blame them? Yeah, sure. It's been a while, Yeah, it sure is. Look, I've got an offer for you, and I'm sure you'll love it. Let's hear it. I got 2 tickets for a movie this afternoon, but my friend bailed on me. Did he now? I was wondering if you would like to come instead. And wait, that's coming out of nowhere all of a sudden? She wants to go to the movies with me? I'm not buying it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The only connection I have with you, Yuriko, is the fact that I caught you smoking, and you didn't want me to fucking tell on you. Her offer's tempting, but I happen to have a good chunk of homework for tomorrow. Not that it's not that it's what's preventing me from saying yes, but whatever. Also, where's the fun in accepting immediately? I don't know. I'm kind of busy with all my homework for tomorrow. Are you really turning me down over some homework? Oh gosh. Hold on, shouldn't you be encouraging me to prioritize my homework over leisurely activities as a student council president and a representative of our school? Yeah, you and I know that's bullshit. Forget all that nonsense and come with me, alright? Alright, sure, why not? I don't know if she's much to my liking, but I don't mind giving her a chance to find out. Fine. Where and when do we meet up? That's more like it. I'll be waiting for you after school, just outside. Alright, see you later then. See you too. And be sure to pay attention. I thought it was all bullshit. Perhaps you would like me to forward the sentiment of yours to your homeroom teacher. See you later, Yuriko. With her back turned on me, I breathed a sigh of relief and head back to class. Everyone, including the teacher, felt the need to stare at me intensely as I got back to my seat. Looking at the clock, I'd been out for 3 minutes, which for some reason felt 10 times longer than that.
Dude, how come you never told me?
What?
I didn't know you were close to the president. It's the first time since coming here that I've seen her smile when looking at someone.
I think you're getting the wrong idea from this.
What did she even tell you?
Well, actually, look, she wanted to tell me something about the film club. Don't worry. To be honest, I'm just baffled as Arima that she even approached me like that. I'm going to play it safe and try not to get much attention drawn to me, even though it seems she wants the opposite. I absolutely must keep it together. Surprisingly, I find myself somewhat nervous, despite not being especially thrilled at first. What's Yuriko standing there for? Yuriko, you waiting for someone? Imagine being named Student A and Student B. Bro, your parents must fucking hate you. I'm waiting for Luis. Is there a problem with that? No. Of course not. Have a nice day. Damn, all I can say is she looks on point without ever doing it. It's pretty subtle, but I can see she went the extra mile in terms of makeup and all. Yo, in-game Luis. She looks exactly the fucking same as the fucking when she was in the convenience store. And, not saying she doesn't look pretty, because she does look pretty. She looks pretty both times, bro. What are you on about? My guy is fucking blind. Shall we get going? Yeah, sure. Let's go. That won't do, Luis. Huh? You're supposed to ask me where I want to go and what I want to do first, not the other way around. Hold on, this whole operation was your idea. Oh, come on, don't be like that. Alright, since you're not a gentleman, I'll decide where we go on this special occasion. I'm certain she planned our visits carefully from the start. I probably predicted my answer. but I'll let it slide. Oh, I know. Let's go get some ice cream. There's nothing better during these hot days. Yeah, sure. It's awkward, but oh well. I was kind of expecting it to be. Having only known her as an upperclassman, finding conversation is proving to be harder than I initially envisioned. Yeah. You have a bit of ice cream on your cheek. Oh my gosh. What did you... Warm, wet. Something warm and wet just made contact with my cheek. By the time I turned my face, it was already too late. She caught me completely off guard. Yo, this fucking student council president, bro. She's giving out femdom vibes, guys. I'm the fucking bitch, bro. She's... Holy shit. She's fucking alpha as hell. Going in, I was planning to act cool, but I certainly didn't expect her to be this bold. There, you can thank me now. Thank you. Alright, it's about time we head down to the theater. Can you guess what type of movie we're gonna be seeing? Honestly, bro, I don't know what a femdom's into, so... Man, I truly wonder what kind of movie you'd plan to see with a friend that suddenly abandoned you. Surely not something of the romance genre. I'm impressed, you've got me all figured out. At the theater, my prediction unsurprisingly turned out to be correct. We are indeed watching a romantic movie. I can't help but think she just purchased 2 tickets with the hopes of seeing it with me and made up an excuse to convince me to come. And honestly, that kind of gesture made me appreciate it a little more. The movie itself isn't anything spectacular, featuring your average tragic love story of a man separated from the one he loves. What keeps me from falling asleep is her, to be honest. It's kind of hard to sleep when I'm this nervous, as her arm tightly wraps around mine, and her body is heavily leaning towards mine. I wasn't aware of how comforting it is to hear and feel a girl breathe next to you until now. A new day arises. Waking up today proved harder than usual, and in a large part due to how occupied my mind was. I could only think of a single thing, really, and that is, why did Yuriko suddenly approach me like that? What did she mean by that? In the time I've known her, she never seemed to care for me, but then again, she didn't look like a rebellious smoker of a student council president. The only explanation I could find was that she was trying to get on my good side in order to prevent me from linking her secret, but I find that was a bit excessive for just getting on my good side. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think the licking on the cheek was a bit over the top.
Good morning.
One day, you'll have to tell me where you source that morning energy of yours.
How much are you willing to pay for that information?
Never mind, I guess I'll stay permanently exhausted then.
If that's the case, I've got an idea that may cheer you up.
What is it?
I say we hit up the arcades after school. Are you up for that?
Yeah, sure.
Damn, she's such a killjoy. How dare she give us this much mere weeks before summer?
Yeah, I don't feel like doing it either. To be honest, I can't recall a single time where I felt like doing them anyways.
I know, right? It's like my brain shuts down, and I go into vacation mode when I know there's this little time left. I can't wait to get rid of what little pride you still have as a player.
I took place in the rhythm machine right next to her, ready to take part in our usual little competition of who's going to be paying for our next trip to the cafe. The die hasn't been cast yet. Truth be told, whether it's been cast or not matters little, as I've won against her as many times as I've won the lottery. I don't even play the lottery. So why do you play, Luis?
Alright, boy, you're on. You better have enough to pay for both of our drinks later.
Why is he doing this? I then vainly thought, using all my resources in vain effort, to be the top player of the region. Yeah, that's not gonna work out, buddy. Obeying every command, the hands soldiers of this endeavor move at speeds previously thought impossible for a mere mortal. Every note falls victim to me, to the point where the music itself couldn't keep up and suddenly fades from its conscience. It is only when I inevitably decide to gauge my opponent's advance that it falls apart. With a score nearly triple that of mine, the hope of victory left me, and my troops leading us to the state of temporary weakness and allowing some notes to strike back, therefore slowing us down. However, determined to hold our ground, we focus on the battlefield ahead of us to make it to the end. But what do you think was gonna happen, bro? You're fucking facing FaZe Ninja of rhythm games. Unfortunate, our adversary had the upper hand this time, but we will surely come back victorious next time. Keep saying that. Or so I say, but deep down I know I have to spend my whole life here in order to beat her. I wasn't feeling it. I should have warmed up better.
You always come up with these lousy excuses. Why not just admit you've lost? You're mechanically inferior, that's it.
Whatever, one day I'll make you regret looking down on me as a professional rhythm athlete. Damn, you freaking tell her, Luis. I order my customary cappuccino coffee as well as Natsumi's tea, and proceed to sit at a regular table near the window, which might as well have our names engraved on it by now. Despite all this, there's one thing out of place here, and it's her attitude. The way she's been looking at me while drinking her cup indicates she has something on her mind. That's also a part of her charm. She always is wearing her heart on her sleeve, which is the antithesis of Yuriko's attitude. I can never really tell what the other one's thinking. Something on your mind? You look preoccupied.
Well, kinda. Look, there's one thing I need to ask you.
Ask away.
I saw you with Yuriko yesterday, and I was wondering what the deal was with you two. I mean, you look like you knew her pretty well and all.
She's just an acquaintance. I know her mainly because I've had to speak with her regarding the administrative aspects of our club. Or so they say.
I see.
The first red hues appeared on the horizon, prompting us to finish our drinks and head back home for the time being. Natsumi's place is on the same street as mine, so we end up heading to school and back together pretty often. Strangely enough, fell into a total silence, not saying a word ever since we left the cafe. Damn, she's jealous. She kept staring at the ground beneath her feet, occasionally glancing to make sure I was still there. Once we reached our place of residence, I turned back to face her and say as I usually do. Alright, see you later then. Don't forget tomorrow's club meeting.
Yeah.
Not typically a cheerful response I get, but whatever. I turn back and start heading home.
Hey Luis, can you come over to my place?
Huh? That's the first. I'd never been to her place, and never even thought about it. Yeah, sure, why not?
Sweet!
After you then. I don't know what I was expecting, but I'm quite surprised to be greeted to quite the traditional decor. After all, it's been a very long time since I went over to her place, but I don't remember much from it. Perhaps having known her wild personality for so long led me to believe her parents and her home decor would also reflect that. But apparently not. The sound of footsteps coming from the kitchen indicate who I was going to talk to first. Hi, you must be Luis. Yes, I am. Pleased to meet you. Oh, please. I've known you since you were a child, Luis. It's been a long time, so I have a hard time recognizing you, but it's not my first time seeing you.
I'll go make some tea, Mom. Just go and wait for me in my room and make yourself at home.
She's spoken about you for quite a while now. Oh, really? Honestly, I'm not too surprised about it. She's been my best friend for too long for that to not happen. The room is unexpectedly reserved for someone as active as her, and strangely enough, quite feminine, short of having a pink wallpaper. It even features stuffed animals on the bed and flowers on her desk as a bonus to the overall theme. For that, I must say I'm quite surprised by how tidy all of this is, as I was expecting a war zone. The door opens and she walks in holding a platter with a tea set.
Here you go. I made sencha tea. Hope you like it.
Oh, sure, thanks. The tea is indeed delicious. As expected of the tea, Sensei herself. I must say I'm quite surprised your room looks like this, not like the club room.
When it comes to my stuff, I'm quite picky, so I tend to keep everything in order, but I know I can completely disorganize in other areas, particularly school.
Still, I quite like your room and the house in general. Can I check out these plushies you have? Sure. She got the Ray plushie. I then got on her surprisingly comfortable bed to get closer to look at her plushies. She has all kinds of animals and mascots, something which I've never envisioned.
Look, Luis, there's something I need to tell you. Ever since we've been friends, I've always thought about you, and your well-being. Seeing you happy made me happy, and hanging out with you is still the best thing in the world for me. But recently, you're starting to make me worry about what you're doing. I really care about you, Luis, so please don't get too close to Yuriko.
Narima always kept telling me how Natsumi surely has some feelings for me, but I never really believed him. I always saw her as a good friend, but that also happened to be female, and believed she saw me in a similar light. I'm kind of starting to doubt that assumption. Why does she bother you this much?
Look, I don't want to get into details, but she has a pretty heavy past. Not only that, she's a total junkie who hangs out with the lowest of the low.
Really?
So please forget about her, okay?
I don't think calling her a junkie is fair, and her rebellious side doesn't correlate to her being a bad person. I knew that Natsumi had been in the same middle school as Yuriko, but one thing I didn't know was her knowledge of the other side of Yuriko's life. Yuriko. Maybe she started acting like that in middle school and tried to start clean in high school, because it didn't seem like Natsumi was revealing something that she thought was a secret. I hear you, and I also care about you, Natsumi, and appreciate your concern, but I assure you there's nothing special going on between me and her. Or is there? For now that is okay. Just
don't get too comfortable with her. She's only going to be a bad influence on you.
She's starting to sound like my mom.
Alright, now that I've gotten that out of the way, let's have a little match.
A new day arises. And that's where we're gonna end it. Thank you guys for watching, and adios.